Hello, my name is Cristina Morales. I'm the Chief Impact Officer, and I am very excited to show you our nonprofit partner summary.
And my name is Jamie Bianchini, and welcome. Who is PI? PI is a global movement transforming expenses into donations to help support worthy causes just like yours. Our story goes way back to 2002, where I also had my own nonprofit and my own mission to reduce unjust fears and prejudices to create more peace in the world. My theory of change was to ride the front seat of this tandem bicycle and leave the back seat totally open to invite strangers to join the journey. The project was called Peace Peddlers, an 8-year, 81-country journey. And I did what all nonprofits do, went out and sought corporate support and was able to find 40 corporate sponsors to get me all the gear and bikes and helmet and cameras you can see on that bike, but I couldn't find cash. Pretty much everyone said the same thing. We love this project, but we have no budget. But I kept on going, went out looking for sponsors, sending a sponsorship proposal, silver sponsor package, gold sponsor package, having events and banners, media exposure promises, and was able to slowly find sponsors. I found this one sponsor who said, "We'd love to sponsor, but we have no cash." He asked me, "Is there something else we can do besides writing a check to support your mission?" So this company, Aceva, I went back to, and I had to get kind of creative. So I told them, look, you use the phone, use the internet, use conferencing, and you do write checks every month, month after month, year after year. You don't write them to me, you write them to large service providers. But I said, there is another way. If you allow Peace Peddlers to procure those services, we'll find the same service, same support, and same price. And Verizon will pay Peace Peddlers every month, month after month, year after year. I went on to explain to the CEO of Aceva that if they work directly with Verizon, 100% expense will go to Verizon. If they allow Peace Peddlers to procure that expense, we'll get 20% every time they pay their bill, and we'll be able to use that as the sponsorship fee while maintaining the cost the same. So the CEO said yes, and that became the number one cash support to allow us to ride with over 1,000 people in 81 countries. But something else really awesome happened was that one company's operating expenses actually helped change thousands of people's lives. The reason why, they kept putting more and more services on that same agreement. So we're able to use excess funds to disperse malaria medication to remote villages, give bikes to remote and underserved communities, help build a school in Rwanda, another school for AIDS orphans and the needy in Uganda, a scholarship program to help kids finish high school and college, and brought fresh water to a community in Bolivia. And what happened with the Aceva was as they added new services, they were able to move from bronze, silver, all the way to our gold level of sponsorship and get the same benefits as cash paying sponsors without writing a check. So that one company's expenses were actually transformed into a systematic giving initiative that created positive impact for thousands of people's lives. And this is our story. This is Christina and I's brand story of how we founded this. So in 2020, Christina and I were in Bend, Oregon, and as we all know, COVID was hitting and a lot of the nonprofits were losing funding. So we thought to ourselves, what if we could scale up that same model, that same proven manner of funding impact, instead of one company to thousands of companies? What kind of impact could we create collectively? So we've been at this for about 5 years now, helping with some of the top impact brands in the country with these kinds of nonprofits to help them with alternative ways of funding. Well, how PI is transforming expenses into donation. These are the expense buckets that pretty much every company has to pay every single month. We offer these services that create a new recurring donation without any increase in cost to our business customers. And how it works is simple. Those providers, whether it be Verizon or Microsoft, they pay us every single month. We donate 50% of this top line revenue to the nonprofit members that our PI members choose. We usually can maintain the vendors in place and there's never an increase in cost, risk, or big workflow changes. We do this through various partnerships with over 1,000 different vendors. So here's how it works in actual examples. So with Microsoft, for example, if a company works directly with Microsoft, 100% of that expense is going to go out to Microsoft. None of it goes to nonprofits. When people partner with PI, we're a certified Microsoft partner. We take our margin, we split it right down the middle, and that margin creates new donation streams without increasing costs. What does that look like? Dr. Bronner's creates about a $12,000 a year donation without any increase in cost. Sensible will create about $19,000 a year in donations. These are real checks that go out to nonprofits from their PI membership partnerships. How it works with payment processing, same way. There's a fixed cost to accept payments and margin 100% of that margin will leave the nonprofit community. So there's no benefit to a nonprofit by taking a payment to run your business. If you work with Pi, we work on smaller margins. Our payment partners work on smaller margins. So we can embed donations inside every transaction so you can say yes to more great causes while also reducing costs. This has worked over and over again with companies like the Subaru of Bend, Beaver Coach. These are nonprofits that made an introduction for Pi to these for-profits for us to liberate these large checks and capital while also saving the for-profit business a lot of money. Same thing happens with phone, internet, energy, meetings, and other services like that. How do donations actually work? This is Dr. Bronner's, and this is the actual check that we wrote out to Boys and Girls Club. So we'll send a letter and the check to the nonprofit, and they get a copy of the check for their records. It also helps support ESG, B Corp commitments, and things like that. Dr. Bronner's got to celebrate where that money went, supporting events and sponsorships, and they can engage their team and also their brand with that partnership. And this happens every year, year after year, systematic. So systematic giving is our theory of change here at Pi. Pi members get to enjoy increased donations to nonprofits without writing a check. And that price and support for the services we procure are always the same or better, and it enhances both brand and culture. But nonprofits like yourself, if you're watching this as a nonprofit, the benefit to you is going to be passive recurring donations without any dilution or distractions because they come in every year. They're tied to fixed costs, so they're very consistent. There's a very low risk of turnover. So becoming a Pi nonprofit partner is very easy. There's no cost, no obligation, and no expectation. So the first step that's going to happen is you're going to receive a welcome email. That is to our onboarding process. It's going to come from the Pi onboarding team. That's the email that it'll come from, onboarding@purposeandexpenses.com. Click that Get Started link, and that begins your onboarding plan. The first step is going to be to go ahead and schedule a lunch and learn between 30 and 60 days from now. It just puts it on the calendar. You can cancel, change it anytime. There's no obligation to even go through it, but it just gets it on the calendar as the first step. The next one is you're going to identify a list. You're going to make a list of any ideal businesses that love what you do and are a good fit to become a Pi member. So we're great whether you saw a lot of auto, RV, bicycle, boat dealers, any business between 50 and 200 employees, auto mechanics, busy bars, restaurants, high volume retail stores, and busy service businesses. Those are great top 6 kind of categories that you should start to make your list for potential corporate partners. Once you have that list, we're going to go start setting those up. Any VIP partners, those are your top partners that you know really love you and are larger size. We can do a one-on-one with them. The rest of them, invite them to the lunch and learn. That's up in advance. And let us do the explanation, right? Invite your board members, have them invite others as well. And then we're going to build a landing page for you. You can check out what the landing page looks like. There's a lot of them on our website. And that has a video that explains exactly how Pi works. And you can put this, link it off your donate section. You can give it to your development team. So when someone says no to something, you can turn that no into a yes and put it in your newsletter, social media, let people know what the partnership and being a Pi nonprofit partner can do. So becoming it, again, is very simple. Just head over to purposeandexpenses.com/nonprofits. There's a form there. Fill out the form, and that gets the process started.
And that's all. We hope to see you soon. Maybe have a lunch and learn with you. Get to know more about what work you do for the community. And we are very excited to be able to increase the donations to your organization.
Thanks for watching, and we look forward to being in touch. Our contact info is down below if you want to give us a call or an email. And of course, the best thing to do is to go to purposeandexpenses.com/nonprofit and fill out the form and get started.
Yep.
Have a great day.